everyone, and welcome back to Lovella's Coloring. This is the 5th part of my coloring book collection, and I will begin with sharing the rest of my 10 by 10 size coloring books, and then the rest of the books I'll show will be books by international illustrators. A lot of the books should be familiar, so we'll breeze on through. I do have to let you know that I do have ink that won't come off my fingers. I was trying to sort the colors from a water-based marker, and some of the ink came out, and yeah, so I used baby wipes. I washed my hands with soap, but it didn't come out. But at least I'm not marking everything, so I'm just gonna try acetone later. So yeah, so I'll clean this all up and we'll get started. The first book we'll start with is Mythographic Color and Discover Animals, an Artist Coloring Book of Amazing Creatures and Hidden Objects. It is illustrated by Joseph Kattenbang. His illustrations would remind you of Kirby Rosanna's illustrations also, but I think Joseph has his own style, and I really like the theme of this book, where you have both fantastical and realistic animals trying to free themselves from the bush, or it's like holding them down. Yeah, really interesting. And I believe he has another book coming out. I think it's this month. Okay, and at the back of the book you do have answer keys if you want to find where all the objects are. Okay, so this is Mythographic Animals, illustrated by Joseph Kattenbang. The next book I want to share with you is called Exploratorium, A Search and Color Mission by Lee Melendres. So this book I was enabled by Erin Kelly. She did a lot of beautiful colorings in here, and when I saw the illustrations, I was just intrigued, and it's just so interesting to me because I don't know, it's just the whole doodle. There's a theme to each page, and yeah, I thought it would be a lot of fun to color in. And then at the same time, we do have little characters that you try to find within his illustration. So a really fun book to both color and as an activity. Okay, so this is Exploratorium by Lee Melendres. And the next book doesn't need any introduction. A very popular illustrator, and his series are books. So this one is Anamorphia. It's an extreme coloring and search challenge. So yeah, very popular illustrator. His illustrations are just beautiful. So you have like doodles on this side, and it connects to the realistic animal. And there are like pages like these where you fill in crocodiles with patterns, but you can also use this as a test page for, like, say you're going to test like certain colors or something that you want to use in a different page in Anamorphia. You can just use this page and just try out like a certain area, your color combo, and yeah, so I think that would be a good idea to use this if you don't want to fill it in. Here's another one. So in the back is the same as the mythographic, where in the back you also have the like the items that you're looking for. Okay, so this is Anamorphia by Kirby Rosanna's. The next one is Imagimorphia. And yeah, I got it at Walmart. I kind of resisted getting Kirby's books for a while because it did intimidate me, but you know, I was looking through it at Walmart and decided to purchase it. but I'm glad I did. And the thing with this book, if you have it open too long, it will crack. But I guess you can do it like John the Bibliophile does. He puts like, it's like a tape, a clear tape across it, and then, you know, or some kind of glue so it'll stay. Yeah. Okay, so this is Imagimorphia by Kirby Rosanes. Next one is Mythomorphia. And in this book, Kirby pretty much did away with the fill in with your own patterns, and just kept it all his doodles, his illustrations. Yeah, this is a very popular book. Their favorites. So this is Mythomorphia. And now we have Phantomorphia. And these are one-sided images. So you can use whatever medium you want in here. But the thing with this book is that it's a lot thinner than its previous than his previous books. But I guess the publishers wanted to separate the books, and so we have the second one, which is Geomorphia. And it would have been nice to have them all together in one, and also a full spread of this wolf. I guess a lot of people just copied this part and then put it on this page so you can continue the back part of his body. So that's an idea if you want to do that. So this is the latest one from Kirby Rosanes. He does have a new one that's coming out or already came out, but I don't know if it's any new illustrations. So I'm just going to wait to see how that one looks like. Okay, so this is Geomorphia and Phantomorphia. The next illustrator is Lizzie Mary Cullen, and this book is The Magical City, a coloring book. Was totally enabled by Peta Hewitt for her Derwent Inktense tutorials, and this book still intimidates me. I don't know, it's just I guess I just need to pick a spot to start and then just go on from there, but just picking the right page where I won't feel so lost, I guess. But I do love her illustrations. It's so very interesting, so very interesting. Okay, so this is The Magical City by Lizzie Mary Cullen. The next one by Lizzie is The Magical Journey, and in this one she goes on a trip around the world. So every few pages you'll have a different country, a different city, and she does put it down like here it says Matsumoto, so I'm guessing this is Japan. Well, you probably can tell from here. And this one is tea ceremony, the tea rooms in Reefton. I don't know where that is, but yeah. But like her first book, very beautiful, interesting illustrations. Okay, so this is The Magical Journey. The last one I have of Lizzie Mary Cullen is The Magical Christmas. I did get this book last month, but I ran out of time, so I wasn't able to start in here. but hoping to color in it for this year's Christmas. Probably will start right after Thanksgiving or on Thanksgiving, just to get a head start. Okay. So this is The Magical Christmas by Lizzie Mary Cullen. The next illustrator also doesn't need any introduction. It is Johanna Basford, and this is her, I believe it's her first book, Secret Garden. Lots and lots of flowers and leaves. Also lots of beautiful colorings that were done in her book. Okay, so this is Secret Garden. And the next one is Enchanted Forest. Okay. Next one is Magical Jungle. So lots more leaves and animals you'd find in the jungle. Kind of like mandala type here. Really can't go wrong with Johanna Basford's books. Always find something to color. So this is Magical Jungle. And now we have Lost Ocean. This book, I think I got thrown off with all the fine lines. Yeah, and I think that's why that one Christmas I asked for Staedtler fine liners so I can get in these lines. Because at the time I think I only had Prismacolors. So, and I didn't really have a sharpener that was good enough to keep it to a very sharp point. So this book comes with a fold out poster that you can color. Really long poster. Yeah, and both sides too. So this is Lost Ocean. And the next one is Johanna's Christmas. Beautiful Christmas images here to color, and they're all one-sided. So, yeah. So this is Johanna's Christmas. This is Ivy and the Inky Butterfly, A Magical Tale to Color. So this book is not only a coloring book, but also a storybook. Yeah. This would be a nice book to complete coloring it in it and then giving it as a gift to maybe your kid or a grandchild, because it is a beautiful story. So this is Ivy and the Inky Butterfly. And the last book by Johanna Basford is World of Flowers. And what makes this book different from her other books, where she also had a lot of flowers, a lot of leaves, is that she does mix it up, like where she puts shelves. I think she has little homes in here. She framed like the flowers. She has more wreaths, some wallpapers too. This one is beautiful. Yeah, so here's a little house. Yeah, beautiful book. This is Johanna Basford's World of Flowers. The next book is also by a popular illustrator. Her name is Daria Song, and this is The Time Chamber, a magical story and coloring book. So it does have a small story in the beginning, and then you follow The story is about a red-haired fairy, and while the girl is sleeping, she sneaks out of the clock and then goes on a little journey. And then when she gets back home, before the girl wakes up, she sneaks back into the clock. Yeah. So this is The Time Chamber by Daria Song. The next book by Daria Song is The Time Garden. It is a magical journey and coloring book. So it has the little girl from the first book, but this time she sees the red-haired fairy, and then she gets sucked into the clock, and then she visits. She goes on an adventure, and she sees different kinds of cuckoo clocks. And then she wakes up and she wonders if it's all a dream. So this is The Time Garden. The last book I have by Daria Song is The Night Voyage, and I do have a whip in here that I'm currently working on, that I'll finish hopefully by the end of the year. So it's also a story and a coloring book, and it's the same girl from the other two books, and this time I think it's a conductor that comes to pick her up, and then they deliver Christmas presents, I believe, to everyone. Yeah, so she goes in another adventure. So this is The Night Voyage by Daria Song. The next illustrator you are very familiar with, I'm sure. This is Erie. So this is her book, The Romantic Country, Kokot, the Land of Beautiful Towering Castles, a fantasy coloring book. So just a few flip-throughs through this book. Yeah. And then I think in the back of the book you have, this is a fold-out, sorry, a fold-out poster. Here. That you can cut this out and then like make a little map with it. Okay, so this is Romantic Country, a fantasy coloring book. The next one by Erie is The Second Tale, The Tale of the Secret Forest and the Animals of Kokot, a fantasy coloring book. So here you can see in the back it includes an interactive pull-out poster, kind of like the first one that I showed. And you can cut out the little what's that, characters and items to put up. Another beautiful book by Erie, and she did these with toothpicks, which is amazing. It's a lot of toothpicks and a lot of ink. So this is The Second Tale by Erie. The last book I have by Erie is The Third Tale, Encountering the Islands of Kokot. So in this one it includes it includes 3D cards, interactive cards. So. Okay, so this is the third Romantic Country, The Third Tale, a fantasy coloring book by Erie. And now this is the Zen Doodle Coloring Presents Fairies in Dreamland, an artist coloring book. This is illustrated by Denise Klett. So this is one-sided pages, and you have little birds that are so cute. The fairies, and they're all have layers and layers of mattresses, blankets. So cute. And there's a lot in this book. Look how thick it is. They're one-sided pages too, but the paper is also medium. Is it medium? Yeah, not too thin like the Create Space. It's very intricate here. It looks like a lot of fun to color. So awesome. This is Fairies in Dreamland by Denise Klett. Another book I have by Denise is Mermaids in Paradise. Like her first book, it's all one-sided. You have birds. I think there's a pig. Oh yeah, there's a pig right over here. So cute. Yeah, I was like, where's the mermaids? I keep turning to the fishes one. Oh, there you go. So another thick book. Lots and lots of illustrations for you to color. So this is Mermaids in Paradise. The last book I have by Denise Klett is Gnomes in the Neighborhood. I believe this is her latest one. And like her other books, they are one-sided. So cute. Yeah, so she has like a lot of either dark lines, thick lines, and then you have like fine ones right up here. And I love how she added homes, little gnome homes. Okay. So this is Gnomes in the Neighborhood, an artist coloring book by Denise Klett. The next illustrator is Camilla D'Erico, and her book's called Pop Manga Coloring Book, a surreal journey through a cute, curious, bizarre, and beautiful world. A lot of beautiful, interesting illustrations. And you have boys also. Okay, so this is Pop Manga Coloring Book. The next book is also by Camilla D'Erico. This is Pop Manga Mermaids and Other Sea Creatures. So this is her newest book, I believe. Came out last year. Lots of cute illustrations in here. So this is Pop Manga Mermaids and Other Sea Creatures by Camilla D'Erico. The next book is Fairies in Wonderland, an interactive coloring adventure for all ages. Illustrations by Marcus Chin. So in his book, there is a little story, and it also kind of has like a search and find. Has little riddles. And his books are usually half in daylight and then the half during the night. So this is Fairies in Wonderland, illustrations by Marcus Chin. The next book I want to share with you is also illustrated by Marcus Chin. It is Mermaids in Wonderland, a coloring and puzzle solving adventure for all ages. You might recognize this book from one of my coloring haul videos. Yes, and I believe this book is kind of the same as his first one, where you have like a daytime part, and then towards the back you also have a nighttime one. So this is Mermaids in Wonderland, illustrated by Marcus Chin. The next book I'm going to share with you is by Leila Dooley. It is The Flower Year, a coloring book. And I didn't show this with my smaller books because I had this with my other hardbacks. They're like in their own square area. So yeah, so this is all about flowers, all the different flowers. You can hear the book cracking. So, yeah. I really love that this is a hardback book. Then she also gave a little tassel for wherever you are on this book. And I believe she has, does she have? In the back there's an index, and you can look up what kind of flowers or plant that's on the page. So you can look it up for color references. So this is The Flower Year, a coloring book, illustrated by Leila Dooley. The next book is Zelma Shnova. This is by Tomislav Tomic, and it's a Croatian, I believe, illustrator. So he does really, really beautiful work. I really love his work, and I loved it so much that I went and got the Dutch version. I got this Dutch version because I think it was Alina, coloring with Alina, but she was saying like the paper was really good from the publishers of, I don't know, it's just MUS with a little bird in it. So all the books that come from this publisher, the paper is really nice. It's nice and soft, smooth, but and thick. So yeah, so I went and picked this up at Amazon.com. Oh no, Amazon UK, and I believe I got this is Zelma Shnova from Colorful Birdhouse on Etsy. So yep, so this is Zelma Shnova and Roman Wenger by Tomislav Tomic. The next book is also by Tomislav Tomic. It is called Villain San, and this book is less than half of the Zelma Shnova, but I didn't mind because I really loved his illustrations. Yeah, and I also bought this book at the same Etsy store, Colorful Birdhouse. Really beautiful illustrations. And then it also came with a poster here. And this would be nice to finish up and frame. And I really want to get the Dutch version, but it doesn't look like it's going to run out anytime soon. So it's on my wish list on Amazon UK, and it'll probably sit there until I'm ready to purchase it. So this is Villain San by Tomislav Tomic. The next book is by Emily Liedel Obert. This is Fairy Tales. This is the US version of her book. A lot of cute images in here. And her style, her illustrations I don't know, for me when I see it, you can tell it's from Emily. So it's unique. I believe she's a Swedish illustrator. Okay, so this is Fairy Tales by Emily Liddell Oberg. The next book by Emily Liddell Oberg is Sagar och Sagnar. I purchased this at Princework when it first came out. At the time, I also didn't have a Maria Trolle book and also one of Hanna Karlzon's books, so I kind of just put it all together, and it was free shipping. So at the end, it was worth it for me to get that, to purchase all of those books. I really love the paper that they use to print the books in. And I believe it was sold out, but I guess there's a second edition. So yeah, I believe I saw it on Amazon.com, so it's available now. So this is Sagar och Sagnar, illustrated by Emily Liddell Oberg. And the next book is by Maria Trolle. This is the Vivi Socker and Von. I'm sorry if I butchered that, but yeah, this is her coloring book. I guess it was a story, a children's story, and the illustrations are from that story. So, yeah, so this is Vivi. And these are one-sided pages. So, and nice thick paper. Lovely, lovely illustrations. You can see it there. Okay. So this is Vivi Socker and Von, illustrated by Maria Trolle. And I also got the Dutch version of the Vivi Socker and Von, which is the Droom Rees book. I guess Dutch version, yeah. And it's by the that one publisher I talked about earlier, the MUS Moose. So yeah, so it's the same images, but some of them are double spreads. And I really love the book. I love Vivi Socker and Von, so I really wanted to get the hardback book also. Really, really beautiful book. Okay, so this is Droom Rees by Maria Trolle. Another book by Maria Trolle is the Twilight Garden book. This is her US version. And yeah, I really love all her books, so I'll just keep saying that they're beautiful. Oops, sorry. $5, my son's. I was holding it for him and I stuck it in there and I just forgot. So, it's like finding change in your pants or dollars. So this is Twilight Garden by Maria Trolle. Another one by Maria is The Skimningstimmen. I think this was the book I got with Sagar och Sagnar. More beautiful illustrations in the garden. And now it comes a girl that has like watery hair too. Yeah. so this is Skimningstimmen by Maria Trolle. The last book I have by Maria Trolle is Botanicum. It's a really beautiful book. I think in this one she has dragons in it too, little flying dragons. I like how she added frames to her illustrations. So this is Botanicum by Maria Trolle. The next 5 books are by Hanna Karlzon, another popular illustrator. All of her books are hardcovers. There you go. Very beautiful illustrations. Okay. That's Daydreams. The next one is Summer Nights, and this is her second book. So yes, I love her illustrations are also distinct. I mean, when you look at it, you know it's Hanna Karlzon's work. All right. My situation with the Summer Nights book is I received a copy with bad paper. This one is smooth and thick. You can hear it, but the paper that was on the copy that I received was like it just wasn't really good paper. It was kind of soft and flimsy. Yeah, I guess they printed the wrong paper and was giving those out if you purchase through Amazon. So what I did is I emailed Amazon first, I guess, or and I might have. I know I emailed someone from Gibbs Smith, which is the publisher, and they I sent them the picture of my book, and they asked for a picture of the back of the book. And the reason why they asked for that is because of the number 3 over here. I guess it's the 3rd edition, which is the edition with the correct paper. Yeah, so if you have the book with the bad paper in it, you can always email Gibbs Smith and see if you can get a replacement. So this is Summer Nights. The next one from Hanna Karlzon is Magical Dawn. Yeah, so a lot of these books are familiar. I love how Hanna has a theme for each book. Sure, some of them kind of seem familiar, but if you stick to magical, yeah, so Magical Dawn, so maybe if you do it all like magical colors, fantastical colors, they'll bring the line art to life. So this is Magical Dawn. The next book is Tidevarv. Seasons is the US version with the blue cover. So I have the Swedish version, and I purchased this along with the Sagar och Sagnar and what is that? Skimningstimmen Maria Trolle's book. Where is it? Skimningstimmen. Yes. Yeah, so this one is a book that goes through the seasons: spring, summer, fall, and winter. Really beautiful book. Okay, so this is Tidevarv or Seasons. Okay, the next one, I'm not even going to try to say the title, but it is Jewelry Box. Jewelry Box is the US version, And I also got this at Printworks, but I got this along with Botanicum. Yeah, with Botanicum and VV Soaker. Yeah, so cute. Yeah. A beautiful book, lots of jewelry, lots of gems, blinged up cats. Yeah. So this is Jewelry Box by Hanna Karlzon. So the next few books are all by Clara Markova. This is Magical Delights. All of my Clara Markova books, I did purchase them on Amazon.com. And I kind of stayed away from her books for a bit because I wasn't that into her illustrations. But then, I don't know, I just see a lot of people's colorings, the way the page just transforms, and yeah, I just slowly grew to loving her illustrations. Yeah, and plus they're one-sided too, so you can use whatever mediums as long as you put something in the back. Yeah, so this is Magical Delights by Clara Markova. The next one by Clara is Tenderful Enchantments. I love the cover, or turquoise. So these are also one-sided, and then in the back of the pages you have little place to write the date or the supplies you used. So cute now. All those little fairies, mice family. Yeah. Okay, so this is Tenderful Enchantments. So I have the latest book by Clara Markova called Fairy Miracles. Her illustrations just keeps getting better after, with each book. You can see her growth from the Magical Delights to this book. It's gorgeous, gorgeous. I think KP Colors did colored this page. Turned out beautiful. I remember her talking about her pearls. Yeah, so beautiful book. This is Fairy Miracles by Clara Markova. The last book I want to share with you is Slavic Beauties coloring book, illustrated by Christina Novak. It is a Polish coloring book. Christina Novak, she does have a YouTube page. This is my son's iPad. I don't know if you can see it, but it's Ojki Pop Art Coloring. So she shows how to do backgrounds, hair colors, and she uses her illustrations as examples to color. And she also does some from other coloring books also. So she's a great it's a great channel to go to if you want to learn how to color portraits of women. So, and her illustrations for her book are gorgeous, gorgeous, gorgeous. And it's slightly grayscale, so she gives you a little bit of shadow. I don't think it's too grayscale. It's like in between. This is beautiful. I love this one. Yeah. Okay, and I did purchase her book off of Etsy. I believe it's also by Colorful Birdhouse. So this is Slavic Beauties coloring book by Christina Novak. And so I want to thank you all for watching part 5 of my coloring book collection. If you're curious about what is left, I do have my Amazon Create Space coloring books and other A4 sized books, plus my Coloring Heaven magazines and my Disney coloring books. So we're almost there, almost done. So I hope you all enjoyed the video, and to remember to come back for the final one to get details about my giveaway. With that said, I want to thank you all again, and please like, comment, subscribe if you haven't already, and I'll see you all in part 6. Take care and happy colorings. Bye-bye.